Hello and welcome back to the highlights from the Tennent's Men's Premiership and National Leagues. Unfortunately, all 5 Premiership matches at the weekend were postponed, along with a few National League games. However, we do have the highlights from our 2 Tennent's Men's National 1 matches to bring you, and starting up in Inverness, where 11th place Aberdeen were looking to get back into form and start their hunt for survival as they took on Highland in the first North Derby of the season.
On the cold, brisk Inverness day, it was Highland that would take the lead, when Owen MacDonald managed to score in the 9th minute. This was followed up on the 13th minute when Craig Finlater managed to get his way through the Aberdeen defence to score. Aberdeen held on for another 20 minutes or so before conceding a penalty try, which put Highland 3 tries up. And the tries just kept coming for Highland as they managed to get their bonus point try shortly before half-time, when Rupeni Rokoduguni managed to score. Rory Carson added his first conversion of the day as Aberdeen Grammar looked to be down. But Aberdeen were not out, and they managed to get their first try of the game shortly before half-time, when Paddy Ritchie managed to break through the Highland defence to score, with Paul Paxton adding the extras. But it would be Highland that would turn on the style in the second half as the floodlights came on, with Andrew Findlater managing to score in the opposite corner to where the line-out was thrown to keep extending the hosts' lead. Aberdeen looked to find the losing bonus point as they looked for their second try, and they managed to get one when Craig Shepherd went through on the 60-minute mark, with Paul Paxton once again adding the extras. But within the space of 5 minutes, Highland would get 3 tries. First off for Roko Kaduni, who got his second try of the day. And it was an unbelievable try as a fantastic run from Mike Gordon was finished off in the corner by Magnus Henry, who scored arguably one of the tries of the day. And Henry got his second after collecting this fantastic kick and chasing down the line to cross the whitewash. The onslaught continued as a crossfield kick was met from Mike Gordon, who was on the end of the score this time rather than setting it up. And with the last play of the game, Jamie Carson wrapped it up for Highland on what was a fantastic Derby Day win as Aberdeen still struggled to get points.
Well, our other game comes from Bridge Hall, where Watsonians were looking to keep their fine form going after beating Gala quite comfortably last week as they took on Stirling County.
Watsonians started off the scoring at Bridgeshaw when Ross Stanley made the break on the wing to score the first try. Captain Stu Allison was on hand to make it a second on the 11th minute mark. The Marside club were continuing to find gaps in Stirling's defence and exploiting them well as Lewis Burns went in for their third try. And from a line-out maul, the fourth try was confirmed on the 24-minute mark as Watsonians continued to dominate. This time Tom Gracie was over the line. And Gracie was on hand to make it a fifth on the half-hour mark. And they made it a six as Ben Morris put a chip past a depleted Stirling County defence to go over and score. Stirling County did manage to get their first try before half-time when Callum Hunter broke through the Watsonians' defence. But despite this, Watsonians came out the second half hungry for more, and it was number 7 from number 7 as Andrew Stephen went over. Searching for something out of the game, Stirling County kept fighting, and they were rewarded with their second try of the game when Gregor Smith went over in the corner. And they managed to get their third try of the game in the 67th minute as they kept fighting for that try bonus point, with replacement Fraser Muir dotting down. But they could not find any more points, and Watsonians managed to wrap up the game in style, with Captain Stu Allison getting his second try of the game as they keep going on their impressive form. And so this is how the table looks now, with everyone having played the same amount of games. Watsonians are now only a point behind GHK in the fight for survival and only 2 behind Stirling County, 4 behind Dundee. Aberdeen now remain 12 points off the pace in 11th place. Highland on the other hand as well, now only 3 points behind Biggar and 4 points behind Gala as they search for that promotion chance. Highland will look to make it 2 from 2 as they take on Dundee Rugby at Mayfield. Elsewhere, Watsonians will look to keep their fine form going and get their third win as they take on second place Melrose. Elsewhere, Aberdeen Graham will host Gala, Ayr are at home to Stirling County, Biggar plays Stewart's Melville, and GHK host the league leaders Kelso. The only other game to tell you about was the National 3 game between Orkney and Royal High, which Orkney won 19-10.
And so that is it, a really short recap this week of the Tennent's Men's National Leagues. Join us next week when we will hope to be returning to all Premiership and National League action as service will hopefully resume. We shall see you then.